Hello guys, Deja Mu here, and welcome to another video on Horus, Heresy, Legions. As you may have seen in my previous video, I was at 1,800 trophies because Thaddeus Vale was not doing good. So I switched to my Nykona deck, and it got me back up to Mars. Here's the deck. I already made some adjustments to the version that you'll see in the replay. Goldstone Hunters, I added them instead of Ordaris Squad. And I added Sigma 19 instead of the Bane Squad. So a similar curve, not a big difference. I have, as first my Warlord, Nykona. Unstoppable is just an added bonus to his amazing Warlord ability, gain stealth, and the next turn deal 3 damage. Another huge thing about him is that he has high initiative, which is, he's one of the few warlords that I use that has a high initiative. Drilling Site, I have this in here so that even if I spend all my energy, I can just use Drilling Site and still use Nykona's ability. Shadow Walk, it just works really well with some troops in this deck. Numa Squad, it's just good, and it gives Sentenced, which is also good. Solero Bikes, it is here because it's fast. It can quickly activate Sentenced and quickly do lots of damage. And has Sneak Attack, so that means it won't die, and the enemy has to do something about it next turn, unless it wants to take another 2 damage. Abandoned Supplies, it's useful. Also get some card draw in there. Jet Bikes, this is my heavy removal. Might not seem like much, but it works. Fury from Above, I like this because it activates Sentenced a lot. It's just good for activating Sentenced. Informant Network, I like to always have some anti-stealth, at least 2 cards of anti-stealth in my deck, especially since I play Nykona. I have now seen the power of stealth. And it's also, Informant Network is also a great way of activating Sentenced. Goldstone Hunters, this is the replacement. This is the card that I replaced with, Ordaris Squad with. Because Ordaris Squad was Relentless Rally, deal 2 damage. And this is pretty much Rally, deal 3 damage for 1 energy cost less, so Goldstone Hunters is just better. Raven's Talons gives Sneak Attack to your Warlord. It's good. It's just good for activating Sentenced, especially on big tanks that you don't want to face bash with your Warlord unless he has Sneak Attack. Apothecary Coalman, great card, heal 3 to friendly unit. So even he just heals 3 to Warlord constantly, and if he happens to take damage, heal him. Works great with Shadow Walk, because you just give stealth and then he can't be attacked. And he also gives me some card draw with when a friendly troop dies, draw a card. Kalen Squad gives Sentence 2 to an enemy this turn. Great. It's more Sentenced. 5/3, so it's not gonna die too easily. Defense Satellites, I like to have Defense Satellites. Sigma 19, I like it because it gives jam. That's the main reason I have it in here. Mount Pharos can be great, can be bad. I repeatedly say this in every video. Mount Pharos can be just win you a game instantly, or it just doesn't help you at all. But I like to take my chances. More Dathan, more Sentenced. Dark Fury. It deals a lot of damage. This is my other heavy removal besides Jet Bikes. So Dark Fury and my Jet Bikes, those are my heavy removal. Katie's next. Although he may look like it, I don't use him for heavy removal. I use him to give Sentence 2 to the Warlord throughout the entire game, and then at the end, just hit the Warlord once, and the Warlord just dies. The Valor Riven, it's a great card. I just don't have 2 of them in here because 2 is a bit much for a 10 cost energy card. And as you can see, my curve is perfectly fine without it. So here is one of my favorite games that I had with Nykona. It's against Magnus the Red. This is my first time playing against Magnus the Red, so I was excited for this matchup. Here, 3 epic cards to start with. I was fine. I have my heavy removal, I have my ability trigger, and my sentencing. So, didn't want to remove anything.
It gives me no pleasure to do this.
Rage against the dying of the light.
He can't do anything first turn because I'm stealthed. I start off strong with 3 damage, and we're only already at a 2 health difference, even though he's a Primarch. Now we see, well, instead of Ordari squad, if I had had Goldstone Hunters, I could have played them and killed this 3/3. But it still works here. I deal 3 damage with him, and then use my jet bikes to remove this heavy troop. Yep. Now I'm looking at the board and I say I'll just use my sentencing unit this turn. So right now I'm thinking I have the advantage here. I can play a sentencing unit. Next turn he's going to have to try and deal with the sentencing with my more defend. Now I have to deal with his thing. It's not too bad. Although I probably should have played the Solaris Bikes and Fury from Above instead. But a fully stealth board also works perfectly fine. But here's why Astral Warfare. He almost kills my Morathan, which would have lost me the game if he had killed him. Maybe I should have just played one. I think I should probably just played one instead of both Solaris Bikes. Yeah, see, both Solaris Bikes. Or should I play both? I don't know. It doesn't make too much of a difference. And see if I'd had Goldstone Hunters. Would have had the same effect as Ordara Squad in this sort of situation. So really, Goldstone Hunters was a much better choice. Is a much better choice than Ordara Squad. Also, as you saw, my the 4/3 deal 5 damage and lose stealth. The one that I replaced with the jam is because I just see in this game I just see how important jam is and how much better this game would have gone if I had been able to jam certain troops of his. So I went through my deck and took out the weakest card, which happened to be the troop that I removed. So then I replaced it. Now I did not like this turn because he killed my big tank. At this point I thought I'm done for, I can't win anymore. But I had an idea, so I gave him Sentence 2, Defense Satellites. And now I can activate his ability and play Fury from Above. And have a fully stealthed board, so he can't really kill anything. Or do any damage with that. Still alive, 10-1. Now I do play Ordera Squad. And once again, Goldstone Hunters would have had the same effect. Even though it's a front line, Goldstone Hunters goes through front line. I face bash, so I can still play my Cullen squad, and I looked at our health difference. It wasn't too big, so I could afford to lose another 7 health. Flesh Carnage to gain more Psychic Energy. And once again, I have board control, even after that deadly situation that I had over there with the 7-7 and the 10-10 on the board. I think I came back pretty well. And there's his next big troop. I was like, oh, I'll just deal 7 damage to him with my Dark Fury. But no, he has Psychic Lash, which repeatedly throws at me. I was hoping it wouldn't hit my Mordefan, but it eventually does, and that's all my sentence, pretty much, except my 2 Numa squads, which are somewhere in there. I was hoping that he'd suffer 3 damage, so I could just use the Dark Fury's ability, but he only took 2. I still only did the 7 damage, because I still have a fully stealth board, so he can't attack me this turn anyway. I pull Katie's Nex, which I am happy about, because Katie's Nex is probably one of my favorite cards in the game. And I play the Dark Fury because even though his troop over here deals damage to adjacent units as well, he can't kill him. But now I am worried about those 2 things together because of Cleave. Yeah. So I will kill I will kill him with the Dark Fury's ability. And then once again gain a fully stealth board because of Drilling Sight. Once again, Drilling Sight's the only thing I use it for ever, really, is activating Nykona's ability. Now have Psyker 3. Congratulations. And 10 energy turn, all you gain is another Psyker. That's why stealth is just so good. I think this game really shows why anti-stealth is so important. If he had at least like maybe 1 or 2 of the anti-stealth troops or tactics, he could have won the game. Because so many times I concealed myself from the really high damaging troops by using stealth. So at this point I see he has 1 card, and I don't want him to draw any more cards. So I use my jet bike. And he places another heavy tank. This game he's just been placing tank after tank after tank. So I give him a bunch of Sentenced. And here, in this deck, Informer Network doesn't only act as an anti-stealth, it also acts as a damage. I just did 5 damage to the Warlord while taking out the Dreadnought. So at this point I think I pretty much won. He can't do anything about this. And even though he places that, I see that I have lethal, take down a shield, 1 damage, sentenced 4, 2 damage, sentenced 4, and 9 damage. And that is how I won my first game against Magnus. So after this game I did the changes, and I think I like them. I'm going to have to test them out a bit more to see if maybe it is better to keep my Veiny squad instead of the Sigma. But I might remove a few cards. I might remove 1 or 2 cards to put Sabotage in instead, because I definitely want some jam in this deck. Yeah. So that was my video on this battle. I do realize that there's an event going on, and I've been playing a bit. I haven't gotten Sanguinius yet. I've only been playing with, what's his name, Raldoron, and I lost against Sanguinius. So I'm hoping to get Sanguinius in my next 10-ticket event. I'll see. So, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. Yeah.